Here come the ambassadors, as Trey says on Bathtub Gin. Now, this was tough. You know, if I'm going to even try to do a best jams, it was like, man, that's going to be just as tough as the best songs. You know, right away, I had multiple Bathtub Gins that jumped out at me, and it was like, I got to cut one of these off the list from one of my favorite jams. So I was like, all right, well, let's just narrow it down to just my favorite Bathtub Gins, which is also a little bit more history here with Bathtub Gin than we have with songs like Spread It Round and Drifting that I've talked about recently on this channel. So I guess we could start it in no particular order, maybe. I guess we'll start at the start of it all, kind of. You know, there was many good Bathtub Gins before the Murat Gin in 1993. But that's the first one that was considered at the time. There's probably been like several times in their career, but I was like, oh my God, that was the best live performance of any song ever. And it started with one of them early ones, 1993, in Indiana, I believe the Murat is. Yeah, Indiana. And that one's just kind of crazy. The hijinks as much as anything in that one. And several others here on the list had some hijinks as well, a song made for it. But that is kind of when they realized, all right, man, this is one of our songs we can do just about anything we want with, and it'll still be good, and people will still love it. So at a time, that might have been my favorite one to listen to over and over and over again early on when I was finally just looking for stuff on the internet. And then, let's see, I guess we'll stay back in that time. I picked a couple. I tried to pick a couple. You know, there's just so many to choose from. You can also let me know what are your favorites. It's possible. I got like 7 here. Now, you can't leave a few of these off your list, but you may have 3 or 4 if you were going to pick your 7 favorites. You know, there's just so many. You could almost pick 5 or 6 from each year, especially when you get into like 97 and 98. My goodness. It kind of, you know, while, like I said, 93 was the beginning of it, you know, it wasn't like then 94, 95, 96. No, it kind of was not, I don't want to say reborn, but really just took off again in 97 and 98. The Went Gin may have had a little something to do with that, perhaps. Again, maybe at a time people were really like, oh my God, this is the best gin, this is the best thing they've ever done. And then on the heels of that, a year later, the next summer, you had the Riverport Gin. There was also others in 1998, the Virginia Beach Bathtub Gin is like the second song of the night, like boom, just busting right out of the gate, coming strong there. Possibly the Riverport Gin is my favorite. You know, although sometimes I like the ones that are in that 17, 18-minute range. The Murat Gin doesn't run too long. The couple others here. Let's see. Then we got, oh yeah, but I did like this one, as like I was saying. You know, at about the 11-minute mark, you feel like you got your money's worth out of this gin. It had kind of reached it felt like it had reached a peak. That's how you get this big crescendo. And then it kind of calms down. They're playing around a little bit. You can get this kind of punch you in the eye sounding thing. This is all from the Riverport Gin, July 29th, 1998. And then after this punch you in the eye sounding thing, we get kind of a heavy hard rock thing. And then that just goes into a pure funk jam to finish out what maybe could still to this day be. You know, the Magnaball Gin, I don't know. Just listen to it. You know, it doesn't, while very good, and a lot of good ones in 15, 17, 18, 19, pretty much every year, did not make the list, the Magnaball Gin. Unbelievable. I think Tweezer and Prince Caspian kind of stole the show that weekend. So let's see what we got now. So we got the Murat Gin, the Went Gin, the Riverport Gin. Got a little honorable mention there with the Virginia Beach Bathtub Gin. Let's see here. Oh, and then probably the sleeper on the list. Probably not going to make a lot of people's top list, and maybe I forced it in there a little bit because I wanted a 2.0 sample, and it was from Charlotte 03. Believe it was late summer 03, right after Deer Creek. And again, not too long, a lot of Trey, just straight ahead, kind of like the one, maybe another one of my favorites, if not maybe the best. It's hard to say what the best, but one of my favorites was June 28, 2000, New Jersey. Another couple great, that was like summer where there were several great ones. This one just straight ahead Trey, man, just a smoking Bathtub Gin. Doesn't necessarily go off in all these different directions. And so that one may be the New Jersey one in 2000 as they were coming up on the hiatus later that year. That one may be, if they had ended right there and the hiatus was it, the Riverport Gin probably still would have taken the candy. But, so June 28, 2000, we got Charlotte 03 in there as a sleeper. Oh, we also got Bethel Woods 2011. We got the Manteca Jam, little crab in your shoe mouth jam there from the band, and an otherwise great gin there. Not a lot going on in 2009, 10, and 11. But the one from Bethel Woods in 11 did stand out. Got the Charlotte Sleeper, and then going all the way back to the Murat. That's, you know, that's, oh man, again, the hijinks. That rivals the O2 one. Just pure is the energy, dude. Just pure energy, man. Should have been there that night in 93. Still got my ticket stub, dude. I can feel the energy on the stub. And then probably can't, man. I believe it. It's a true story. Riverport. Got the Crescendo. And we got a little Punch You in the Eye jam. Not really, but kind of sounded like that. Super funk ending. And then the Went Gin. I mean, there's people that name that's their social media handle. The Went Gin. We got the Virginia Beach Gin sneaking in there. Mainly because it was the second song of the night. I mean, how often does the second song of the night become a Hall of Famer? I mean, it happens. Bethel Woods 11. I think without the Crab in Your Shoe Mouth jam, I don't know. But counts as hijinks. Got a lot of hijinks in here. I'm a hijinks kind of guy. I'm into hijinks. Boom. Yeah, hijinks.